can't see.
That's all right. Hi.
Hello.
Terrellyn and Brian here from Riverside Reptiles. So far, we have no viewers. I blame Brian.
Yeah, you probably should get me out of the camera view. I don't know when people tune in.
Yay, we have 3 all of a sudden.
Nice. 3 viewers.
Hi, 3 of you. Jason Cormier.
Hey, Jason.
Jennifer Dawn, who helped us with Zoom. My friend Jen.
Hi, Jen.
8 people now.
Holy cow.
Yay. Amy Truskowski-Rugolowski, if I said that right.
All
10.
right.
All right, we're going to start.
We'll start soon. We're going to wait till we get about at least 1,000 viewers.
Yeah, sorry. Don't listen to him. Wait, I forgot how to turn me around. Oh, there we go. Oh, Christina Lacasse. She booked a Zoom with us. Oh, this is... Connor says hi. Hi, Connor. 14 now.
14.
Hi, Mary. Mary's been liking and sharing a lot of our stuff.
Thanks, Mary.
Mary Sider.
Appreciate that.
And Christina booked a Zoom. Hi, Jen. I'm so excited to see this turtle. I'm going to sit down, too.
Are we ready?
Just don't release it on me.
Ready to go?
We're up to 20, so yeah. Hi, all 20 viewers.
Hello, this is Brian from the Riverside Reptiles Education Center. We're out on a gorgeous day, so why not do this outside? We have a beautiful backdrop. There's great tree frogs singing in the background. Gorgeous day, and I hope you're outside enjoying the day as well. Obviously, not right now though, because you're watching something very important. Now, today last time we did Facebook Live, we did the common snapping turtle. If you witnessed that, I still have some scratches and wounds on my arm from him. He's not the easiest turtle to hold. So we're going to go to a turtle that's a little bit easier to hold, but just as cool, called an alligator snapping turtle. Alligator snapping turtles are not found here in Connecticut. They're found further south in the southern parts of Georgia, down to the panhandle of Florida, along the Gulf Coast into the Mississippi River drainage, and up north, I believe they just barely go into southern Illinois, where they're a protected species. All right, enough about me.
Connie says hi. Jason says he's going to come visit when he comes.
Awesome. All right. Now, this is not the big swamp monster I have. It's a smaller female alligator snapping turtle. You can see she's a lot easier to hold. Now that I say that, hopefully she doesn't start squirming. Than the common snapping turtle. The big male I have, he's about 65, 70 pounds. And this girl right here, she's only about 15 or 20 pounds. Now, you can see she is thrilled to be on Facebook Live today. And a neat thing about alligator, don't bite your own arm, silly. A neat thing about alligator snapping turtles is you look inside that huge mouth she has, you can see that little pink, fleshy, color-looking appendage on the tip of her tongue. They actually use that to lure in fish. So what these alligator snapping turtles typically do is they live in slow-moving streams, rivers, swamps, sometimes big lakes, and they'll just sit in the bottom very, very still, kind of blending in with the leaves and rocks and submerged trees, and they'll just sit there with their mouth wide open, and they'll wiggle that little pink fleshy appendage on the tip of their tongue, and it kind of looks like a worm. And of course they're trying to lure in fish, and as soon as a fish gets close enough to the alligator snapping turtle, you guessed it, they snap shut really, really fast, and goodbye fish. So that's pretty much how they hunt live prey, but they'll also prey on slower moving things like mussels and freshwater clams, which they'll easily just rip out of the mud and crush with their powerful bites.
Jason wants to know what that white ball is in her throat.
Let's see. That's just the back of her throat. That's just... I know, you're such a pretty turtle. Yeah, she's not showing me right now, but that's just the back of their throat. That white ball is probably just balled up muscle.
One of my old interns, Kayla's watching. She says hi. Daycare kids say hi.
Hello, daycare kids and Kayla. These guys have an extremely powerful bite. Now,
Yeah, I can see what he's talking about. It looks like a ball, that white spot.
Yeah, or there's also a white spot underneath. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's how she's breathing. Straight down the gullet there is their stomach. But that little hole that you keep opening up on the bottom, that's how they breathe. And if you look on the roof of her mouth, you can kind of see there's 2 holes. See those 2 holes there? Those help the turtle swallow food underwater. So say a fish gets close to her, she grabs the fish is in her mouth, also she gets a mouthful of water. So what this turtle will do, and many other species of water turtles do this too, is that they'll actually use the muscles in their throat and their tongue to push the water up through those 2 holes, and it comes out their nostrils. And then they can swallow the food in their mouth. So that's how they actually swallow food underwater. Now, these guys have extremely powerful bites. An adult, big 100-pound male alligator snapping turtle has a bite pressure of around 1,000 pounds per square inch. And to put that into perspective, my bite pounds per square inch is about 100. So an adult snapping turtle, a big 100-pound alligator snapping turtle, can bite down 10 times harder than I can. Extremely powerful bites, just like crocodilians.
Mary wants to know if it's like a tonsil.
I don't know if they have. They don't have I can tell you right now, they don't have tonsils like we do. But it's just a ball of muscle. What it basically is that when they open their mouths underwater, it's kind of like a valve. So if this turtle opens its mouth underwater, it doesn't want to get water gushing into its stomach. So that's kind of like a stop valve. It just prevents the water from going into the turtle's stomach so it can bite onto something underwater.
Laura's family daycare is watching. They love us. Thank you for doing this. The kids are convinced she's a dinosaur.
She does. They look very prehistoric. In fact, turtles started evolving over 220 million years ago, back when there were dinosaurs. And actually, I mean, they've evolved into what we see today, but they're still very similar to their first turtles that appeared on Earth around 200 million years ago.
A valve makes sense. Kayla says she's beautiful. She said hi to me. Do they have a second set of eyelids? My friend Jen wants to know.
Like a nictitating membrane? They do, but they don't. It's not like a nictitating membrane in a crocodilian. It doesn't go across the eye.
Okay, so.
Yeah,
About her back.
You got any questions about snapping turtles or turtles in general? Now, this is a female. The females do not get nearly as large as the boys. The record size for a male alligator snapping turtle was around 250 pounds. And I believe that was a captive individual. And obviously in captivity, they're going to get a little larger because they pretty much eat all the time. In the wild, not that big, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some wild ones over 200 pounds. Again, she's only about 15, 20 pounds. She'll probably top out around twice this size, around 50 pounds.
Julio, who's joined us before, hi Julio, wants to know what kind of turtles we have that are native to Connecticut.
We have the common snapping turtle, which I'm sure everyone is familiar with. You can find them. I'm just going to put her down because she's actually getting a little heavy.
Great.
Where are you going to go? Are you going to bite my shoe? She's going to turn around and try to bite me. They don't like being out of water. They're more comfortable in the water. So they feel very defensive when they're on land. So we have common snapping turtles, eastern painted turtle, which is another very common species of turtle in Connecticut. We have the mussel turtle, also known as the stink pot, spotted turtle. We have wood turtles, eastern box turtles, diamondback terrapin, and we have a very endangered species of turtle here in Connecticut. It's actually also a federally endangered species of turtle in Connecticut called the bog turtle. And there's very few of those actually left in the United States, but there are a few small populations here in Connecticut.
Atlantic. Oh, I was going to say the Atlantic Ridley.
Yeah.
And leatherback.
Yeah, every now and then, very rarely, sea turtles will come into the sound. Usually when they do, they're sick or dying. They don't naturally really occur in Long Island Sound. I believe, I think it was last year, a dead leatherback washed ashore. I think it's Stratford or Milford.
Milford.
Yep.
My friend
a lot of people went down and saw it because it was a really neat find. Unfortunately, the turtle was dead, and very unfortunately, probably died ingesting plastic. That's why, if you love balloons, great. Do not put them in, do not release them. They usually end up in the ocean. Actually, when you throw them in the garbage, sometimes they end up in the ocean as well. So just don't buy balloons. They're horrible things for the environment that kill a lot of animals.
Not just water animals.
Not just water.
They
animals.
Scare horses, and some of them run into
especially
fences.
Mylar balloons. Those will last in the ecosystem for like 1,000,000 years. They will not disintegrate.
So
I find Mylar balloons in the middle of nowhere. So birthday parties are great. Celebrate with friends and family, but skip the balloons.
Plant a tree in memory of a loved one. Blow bubbles.
Don't kill turtles.
Make a memorial stone. The kids want to know what her name is.
I haven't named her.
I call her Swamp Thing.
Swamp.
Sorry, I do.
I'm going to have to think of a prettier name because I think she's very pretty.
Amelia 4 wants to know how long she can live.
That's a good question. In the wild, I know common snapping turtles typically live for 40 to 50 years. In captivity, they can live even longer. So I'm guessing that's probably about the same for alligator snapping turtles. I think in captivity, their longevity is around 70, 80 years.
My 4-year-old wants to know why, from Jake Quellen, wants to know why her back is spiky.
It probably just aids in growing algae, helping camouflage in the bottom of the murky rivers where they live in. That's a great indicator of separating the two species between snapping turtles and alligator snapping turtles, as alligator snapping turtles have these very distinctive 3 ridges right here. I know, you're snappy today, aren't you? I'm going to hold you like this because it's easier.
Do they like their shells pet, like the tortoise from the other day that I did last week?
She doesn't. He definitely does not like her.
Christina, you can come and try if you'd like. RES, not native.
Red-eared sliders are not native to
Quinn, age 7, wants to know. Painted turtles are.
But they are well established here in Connecticut. I see them everywhere. Mostly in suburban ponds where people didn't want their red-eared sliders, so they dumped them off there. And they are breeding here in Connecticut. That's why the state just last year passed a law where it's illegal to sell red-eared sliders in pet stores, which is kind of a good thing because I used to and occasionally still do get a lot of calls from people that wanting to get rid of their red-eared sliders. And I have one big red-eared slider and a couple yellow-bellied sliders, and that's enough for now. They are a high-maintenance pet.
Stevie Norman is laughing at the name Swamp Thing, and my friend Kayla says she loves that name. But I think she has to say that because she was my intern. Christina said we should name her Eloise.
Eloise? I like that name better.
I do. Well, I like both of it. I can nickname her Swamp Thing if I want. Amy wants to know how long you have had her.
I got her last October.
Okay.
I've had my big male snapping turtle, which is technically the Swamp Thing. I've had him for a couple years, and you'll be able to see him at the Riverside Reptiles Education Center when we open, hopefully sometime soon. I know I keep saying that. And of course, this COVID-19 threw a wrench into the plan, so it pushed us back further, but hopefully end of June, early July, we'll be opening our doors, and you'll be able to see the giant alligator snapping turtle. She's not going to be on display right away because we use her for educational programs. She's a lot easier to handle than the 70-pound male, but you will see an alligator and a common snapping turtle here.
One of my other interns, Pam, who works at Zoo Atlanta, is watching. Hi, Pam. And my friend Dan, who I want to have sing here if we ever have a block party. Hi, Dan. He's watching. Stevie Norman says thank you. We will see you next time. What are the things that grow on trees? Those like things that grow up trees. That's what.
Vines?
No, that's what her feet look like. They have on it. You know those things on a tree?
Bark?
No, not. They come off the bark. What are those things called? Does anyone
Shelf
know what
fungus?
I'm talking about?
Shelf fungus?
I don't know. Looks like little shelves or like little mushrooms, kind of half a mushroom growing up on a tree.
Yeah, shelf fungus.
Shell fungus.
Shelf.
Shelf?
Like a shelf. Shelf fungus.
Oh, someone just said fungus too. That's what the spikes on her legs remind me of. Sorry. She's being good right now.
Yeah, she's probably tired from trying to bite me. If a snapping turtle this size did bite me, of course it would definitely hurt, but her jaw power isn't that strong enough to take off a limb or a finger or snap a broomstick in half. I would probably say some choice words, but you know, there's a lot of misconceptions about snapping turtles and their bite strength. Of course, you know, if it was a large male and it had 1,000 pounds per square inch, that can do serious damage. But a snapping turtle this size, not so much. Although it would hurt a lot. You can see she's not super fast, and you would literally have to put your hand in her mouth to get bit by one.
Did you answer how long you've had her? I forgot. There's
I've
so
had her
many.
since October.
Amy Rugalowski wants to know that.
Yep, and she's, if I had to take a guess, the person that gave her to me didn't tell me her age. It actually had no idea how old she was, but she's halfway grown. So if I had to take a guess, she's probably around 10 years old. She was raised on a pond down south, so she had a chance to grow all year round. She's not a wild-caught turtle. In fact, in many of the areas where there are alligator snapping turtles, they are a protected species. Unfortunately, a lot of them are hunted and killed for their meat, and where they live, habitat destruction, water pollution, dams that block their natural migration to their nesting grounds. So there's a lot of hazards for alligator snapping turtles and turtles in general. I highly do not recommend eating snapping turtles simply because they are on the top of the food chain and they eat a lot of fish and dead fish. So a lot of these guys actually are high in mercury. So I do not recommend eating snapping turtles.
How far are her limbs able to retract inward?
Not far at all. They really don't pull their limbs in too far. You have a very large carapace right here, but if you look at her plastron, sorry about it.
She was doing so good.
No, very tiny little plastron, so they still have a lot of flesh sticking out here. Since these guys are water turtles, and they do have this big, powerful bite if they have to defend themselves, they don't really need to pull themselves inside their shells to protect themselves from predators. In fact, when they get about this size, they don't have any natural predators. That goes for the snapping turtles here in Connecticut as well.
My friend Dan wants to know, where are these snapping turtles generally found?
Alligator snapping turtles are found down south from southern parts of Georgia down to the Florida Panhandle, along the Gulf Coast, into Louisiana and the Mississippi River drainage, up north into pretty sure southern Illinois.
Oh.
Sorry for disturbing you. Don't bite my ankle. We'll let her walk around a little bit.
Enrichment.
Yeah. They are very prehistoric when they walk.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the
Like Triceratops or something.
in the old Godzilla movies. I forget the name of that. Maybe someone here knows. One of Godzilla's nemesis. It looks like a giant turtle. I'm sure that's where they kind of got the idea from snapping turtles.
Caius, I think is how you say it, age 4, wants a pet one. His mom says no thanks.
Yeah, turtles. Some turtles make great pets, but again, most turtles are high maintenance, especially water turtles, because you have to keep their water clean. They have very special care requirements. Some of them have very specialized diets, and if they're not fed those diets, they will not survive. And they live for a long time. You know, if you're 4 years old right now, you went out and bought a baby tortoise, you would probably be giving it to your grandkids someday. That's how long they live. So always keep that in mind as well. But you're more than welcome to come to Riverside Reptiles and pet some tortoises and get your turtle fix in and go home and not have to worry about taking care of a turtle.
Speaking of, thank you for anyone that has bought a membership or sponsorship or a Zoom party. And we have so many new Facebook friends and likes. People are coming to our page every day. And if any of you are new to us, thank you so much for liking us on Facebook and following us.
Yes, thank you very much.
You can't wait to visit and see turtles and claw lizards. This is what Caius wants to see.
We've got plenty of claws here. All right, well, if nobody has any other questions,
We're going to start. Anybody, last call for questions. I can't wait to visit you guys. Thank you for the video today. Any last minute questions? Otherwise, we're going to start wrapping up. He even blends in with the leaves right there. All right, so no last minute questions. Say goodbye, Brian.
goodbye, Brian.
Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe. Oh, my daughter wants to know what kinds of snakes we have.
What kind of snakes we have here at our place?
Yes.
We have giant reticulated pythons, over 100 pounds. We have some green anacondas. We'll have a king cobra, eyelash vipers, rattlesnakes of all kinds, western, eastern diamondbacks, black-tailed, banded rock rattlesnakes, different species of rat snakes, eastern rat snakes, and rat snakes from Asia. What else? We'll have cottonmouths, we'll have horn snakes, milk snakes, king snakes, mangrove snakes, which are very pretty. And if you come visit us, you can even hold one of the snakes. Not the venomous snakes, no holding cobras, but we'll let you hold a nice non-venomous species.
Last question. How old do they get?
How old
I think you answered this already.
Get?
How old do these guys get?
The last thing I read, a study on captive alligator snapping turtles, I think they got into their 70s, maybe a little bit older. The oldest living turtle in captivity that we know of is, he's kind of a famous turtle. I forget his name off the top of my head, but I believe he turned 188 this year.
Wow.
He's an Aldabra Tortoise, and we have Aldabra Tortoises here. They're not quite that old, they're actually teenagers. But Aldabra Tortoise is second largest species of tortoise in the world. Big males can get over 500 pounds. Ours are only around 40 pounds right now. But come and see them.
Amy, tell your daughter to say hi to our ball python. And everybody else, have a great day. Say goodbye again, Brian.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye, you guys.